This is Miranda Otto, and you're logged on to TheOneRing.net.
This is Quick Beam from TheOneRing.net. How do you feel about portraying one of the most heroic women in English literature?
Well, on the one hand, honoured. On the other hand, a little nervous and frightened, because there are a lot of people who come up and say, you know, she's one of their favourite characters from the book, if not their favourite.
They're all very attached to Eowyn.
Yeah, because she's such an interesting woman for these sort of books. You know, someone who is both has a feminine side, but has such a sort of strong masculine, or at least qualities that are usually attributed to men.
Especially in a man's world, the way it's portrayed in Tolkien's work.
And it gives her such a diversity where she starts and where she goes to. It's a very big journey. So yeah, I guess now more than ever I'm probably quite nervous, because we all individually kind of fought for as much as we could to keep things like the book. We played around with it a little bit, we tried other things, but a lot of the things that we tried all the things that we tried that didn't work are out. Yeah.
All right, how you doing?
Say hi to the fans on the internet.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carl Urban and his uncle, Bernard Hill, who's over here.
Hey man.
Hiya.
Good to see you.
We wanted to ask both of you, what kind of equestrian experience did you guys have, actually, before being pulled into the project?
Okay.
It's all about the horses.
Well, I was a kind of just an ordinary day rider, you know. But I suggested something quite early on for Pellinore Fields for film 3. And it didn't take me long to realise that at that stage I couldn't have done it. I suggested a piece of horsemanship that I was incapable of doing. So I think like we all did, we all went up for riding lessons, and I changed myself from being a day rider, a reasonable rider, into a horseman, which I needed to do.
Yeah, and just invested a lot of time and energy into getting to the level that felt the character needed to be as Tolkien had written him.
Did you ever have any accidents or any trouble with, all the work that you had to do with the horses? Because personally, I'm frightened of horses.
Yeah, well, we were scared a lot. And we were, because we were doing things in a kind of, a very kind of narrow environment. We were, usually on the top of a hill or a mountain with the runoff space was never big enough. And when you're being chased by almost like 200 horses of a great variety, with a variety of riders, then things can go wrong. Fortunately, nothing really did go wrong. I had a very dangerous horse. For Pellinore Fields, he freaked out, he didn't like it. We had to swap him. So, I really wrenched my groin, because I was trapped against a camera platform, and he took off, and my right leg didn't.
And on the other side of the character work that you did you guys have the chance to develop something of a family unit with all the time you spent together with your brother and your sister and the uncle relationship? How did you approach that?
Yeah, I feel like that we bonded extraordinarily well, and I think it was a lot of nights by the fire, drinking a few red wines.
Exchanging knitting patterns, things like that,
And working on the Rohirric dialogue.
The Rohirric dialogue, yeah. So, should we just say goodbye in Rohirric?
Yeah,
Shall we say, let's say in Rohirric, you say what you want to say. And
okay,
what are you going to say?
I'll say, may your steed be trusty and true.
And how does that come across?
And that comes across like,
and I'd like to say that may all your foals grow happily in the paddock together, and may you never step too deeply in the droppings of the product of the feed you give them, and also may your wife never shout at you over your hay bag.
I think you're joshing us.
No, these are old Rohirric sayings. This is all in ancient Tolkien, and that comes out in I'll do it in modern rohiriki, because ancient rohiriki is kind of more confusing. But in modern rohiriki, that comes out as...